Where to even begin with this list? This list in particular really could be endless. Somehow I've had to dwindle this down to 10, but if they're not on this list and they're on your list, please do let us know some of your favourite movies animation wise down in the comments as always. I'd love to see.
It's too fast! How could you even tell what's on? I can tell.
I mean, we had to start, yeah. If I had to pick one movie of all time that had the biggest impact on my childhood, it would definitely be Toy Story. In my room, back in the day, I sound old there, in my room it was just Toy Story movie posters and toys galore. I had a literal bucket, whether that was Woody with his little guitar that played a funky little tune, or it was Buzz Lightyear with his laser, and it just had everything, the wings that came out, it was awesome. Now, I'm sure whoever does also love Toy Story out there, maybe you're the same, I would hope so, but Sid and his toys haunted my dreams as a little kid, especially this weird spider baby one. Oh, yeah. But man, honestly, if I have a midlife crisis, this is the first movie that I'll be running to. Next up here, which might be a little bit of a surprise and not on most of your lists, is Cars. As I say, I mean, maybe this isn't one of your favourites, but for me personally, I had a lot of fun with it, and it's actually on my list of movies that I've watched the most. It's just such a great movie just to sit back, relax, and go on a little racing car adventure. The characters that we'll get introduced to here in this movie are just so great to be around and spend time with.
I'm a precision instrument of speed and aerodynamics.
You hurt your what?
Especially with Owen Wilson, I think it was just lightning in a bottle and perfect casting as Lightning McQueen. Yeah, I mean, the second and the third are rather forgettable. And if you are one of those people that didn't really enjoy this all that much the first time around, I'd encourage you to try and give it another go. Next up, we got the classic Aladdin.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
But you know, the more I do think of this, great film, don't get me wrong, but again, the more I think, without Robin Williams here as the genie, I just don't think it would be as revered as such an amazing classic as it is. But yeah, that's not to take away the amazing job that everybody does here as the voice cast. Each character is phenomenal, but probably my next two favourites is Jafar and Iago. Although the live action of what Disney's doing at the moment is probably one of the best, but it's not really that high of a bar to reach in the live action terms of things. It most certainly does not reach the level of this amazing animation. Another Pixar here, we have The Incredibles. At this point, I was very aware of who Pixar was and looking forward to any next installment that they were to bring out. I was anticipating what was next, and well, I was definitely pleased that it was another hit. Introducing us to the incredible family with some of the great superpowers on show and a great family dynamic between everyone, just seeing how these supers get around normal life. So finally, a bit of a switch up from Disney and Pixar, we've got Shrek. Illumination absolutely hit it out of the park when they released this movie. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and just much more. Thankfully, it lived up to what it should have been with such a great voice cast. Joining Shrek on this crazy journey and getting to meet some beloved characters that we've seen in the storybooks as children, and of course, along with his soon-to-be best friend, Donkey.
This is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
And yes, that's correct, of course. Finding Nemo has obviously got to be on here. Recent times, just been to Scarborough in a sea life centre. As soon as I see a clownfish, this is just the first thing that comes to my mind. Even somewhat recently, when I'm seeing a shark, Jaws or the Meg, all I can just think of is Bruce's big smile. And it's just another one of those Pixar movies. Again, you knew what you were going to get in that amazing time. They were on a roll at this moment, I think, with the amount of movies that they bring up. I mean, again, yeah, now they're not really bringing out movies that are that great on this kind of level. But when you set the bar so high, it's hard to really expect to reach that heights all the time.
We swim.
Doreen, no singing.
I love to swim in.
Doreen.
When you want to swim, you...
But they definitely did with the next one. What better way to get children not to be scared of monsters under the bed? Really quite terrifying at first, but I think by the end of the movie I was actually actively looking for monsters to try and amuse us. A pretty rare case also where I think the sequel is on par, at least in my opinion, with the first. I honestly can't wait to hit just a breaking point and go on a binge of all of these movies.
Gladiator.
Why does that name ring a bell? I don't know. Maybe we owe him money?
Once this had released, this was by far my favourite movie of that time. Again, with the posters and the toys, just it was everywhere. I remember playing the video game and it was just the best thing ever. I don't know how many hours I had spent playing that, but it was definitely probably too much.
They eat, they leave. That's our lot in life. It's not a lot, but it's our life.
We don't serve grasshoppers.
Squish him.
With yet again Pixar, just a huge great list of characters. My favourites probably being the ladybug and the caterpillar. I mean, God, he's just so, you just want to give him a big squidge on his cheeks. Well, with a really great message for kids of standing up against bullies. But I've actually just somehow realised incredibly recently that it is Kevin Spacey as the grasshopper. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. It ain't no passing craze.
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
So many amazing songs, as with what we've just sang along there a little bit of, and filled with amazing moments. The word classic can really get thrown around these days, but if you look in the dictionary, you may just see a picture of the Lion King. A story told many, many times, but never in such beautiful animation. I probably couldn't really pick a favourite character, but I guess if I really had to, it would be Timon and Pumbaa, with just a slight hint of Scar. I really didn't feel the live action version of this. It was just essentially the same exact story told, but in live action, which is somehow getting a sequel, but it's good to know that I will always have this one to go to. So, which are some of your favourite animations that may not have actually been mentioned here? There's a whole array of amazing animation films. So, do let us know in the comments some of yours.